Hey, gang. Oh my God. CIG has introduced Twitch drops, y'all. Twitch drops. Do you know what this means? Because I don't. Am I old? Is this what being old feels like? Let's take a look. Okay, it's literally just rewarding people for watching their Twitch streams. Okay, well, cool. Um, Cool looking armor, but CIG's always good at the Starby stuff. So it looks like if you watch 4 hours of Star Citizen Twitch streams, you get the armor. So, little rant here. Time was in days of yore, in the long, long ago. That would be a couple weeks of watching SCLs, because we used to get SCLs, Star Citizen Live, or Around the Verse, or Around the Verse Live. Those would be dropping every week, but this year we've been getting less than one a month, so it's a little more involved now. Even watching all of this year's sitcom would have only gotten you 3/4 of the way there. I'm hoping what this means is that they're going to be spinning up more Star Citizen lives and live shows in the new year. I've mentioned this a few times, but this year's been pretty bereft of information. Of those SCLs, I think there's only been 9 of them. And 3 of those were basically just talking about ships dropping in the associated patch. Don't get me wrong, that's real cool, but I do want to hear about those things, but we have so many loops that are barely sketched out, at least to us, and mechanics that in theory will be dropping to us in the ramp up to 1.0. Even well advanced loops like mining still have big question marks out there for how they're going to wrap it up. What's the Arastra going to do? What's the Orion going to do? How will refining look? That sort of thing. There's so many questions out there that CIG could be doing these shows on. And yeah, I think there's some understandable fatigue on CIG's side. Basically, anytime they make a decision about anything, even if it's something they've been talking about since the early days, like death of a spaceman or engineering, a portion of the community loses their damn minds. The flight model is a perfect example of this. They had an idea, they started to implement it, a vocal portion of the community howled, and they dumped it. And then they dumped the next one, and the next one. And here we are, 11 years and on the doorstep of Squadron 42 launching, and they're still trying to zero in the flight model for a space flight simulator. So yeah, I get it. CIG might be a little tired of being second guessed all the time by armchair devs, myself included. Even so, part of the deal that they originally made with us is that subscriber bucks are supposed to be going to these dev updates in these shows. Honestly, I just think they should go the same route Coffee Stain did. Don't drag devs away from their work. Just have Jared take questions, go to the devs, get the answers, and then present them to the community. There's no need to sit a dev down, put makeup on them, throw on the lights, kind of go through a huge interview, edit the interview down. Although I know that's part of what Jared's trying to do here. Show the people who don't usually get the credit in the limelight for a project like this. But if the devs are in crunch time, it certainly seems like they are. You can't just go radio silent on a project like this. That's especially not one that's crowdfunded. I think Jared's every bit as capable of giving us info as Jace was for Satisfactory. The talk Jared gave on the development cycles with the whiteboard was a toss away at the end of a Star Citizen line, but it was probably the best info the community has ever gotten holistically on how game development works. Anyways, rant complete. In other news, 4.4 is dropping soon. I'm guessing they really want to drop it pre-IAE, which is on the 20th, and Free Fly especially, so they can hammer out the bugs for the aforementioned Free Fly. So maybe live by this weekend? Tuesday? I mean, the 20th is next Thursday. It's coming up pretty soon. So you know what that means. Yada, yada, yada. Wrap up any refiner jobs you have. Make sure loot is stored locally. Make sure you pull any looted components, bot gear, bot components, and ship weapons and store it locally. Any cargo in your ships is not going to stay. Any cargo stored in local inventory isn't going to say go ahead and sell it off. You know the deal, people. Patch is coming soon. So where's everyone going to start in 4.4 anyway? Is everyone heading to Nyx, or are people going to give it a patch or two to be optimized? Because it sort of seems like lag ski is back. It didn't seem to run too bad on my machine, but that could have been on when I was running too, and I could have been on a low pop server in Evocati. So yeah, a lot of people have been complaining about the lag. It could be there, but yeah, let me know. Until then, catch you next time.